So a little over a month ago, Counter-Strike players and Counter-Strike people in the community all over Twitter and Discord and Reddit and all the different social medias and everything were insanely pessimistic. People were talking about how Counter-Strike is at an all-time low, it's trending down, it's dying, yada, yada, yada. We have this tweet here from Thor CS2 on January 22nd of 2024, again, a little bit over a month ago, where he says, Counter-Strike 2 has reached its lowest 24-hour peak with 874,000 players online, marking this downturn after nearly 1.5 years since July of 2022. But guess what? Since then, things have turned around massively. We have gotten a ton of good news over the past couple months, and all the people who were so pessimistic such a short time ago have been looking very silly since then. In this video today, we're going to be going over all the positive news we've got since then, and all the ways that the market has been performing quite well, and where I think maybe some of these things are headed in the near and long-term future. But first, just want to mention real quick, if you are looking to sell any of your CS2 items, anything you have, possibly whether it be guns, knives, stickers, capsules, cases, whatever, hit me up over on Twitter. First link in the description below. We can help you turn your items into cold hard cash or crypto or whatever other payment method you are looking for. I'm buying almost anything and everything for between 85 and 90% buff. We can get you a quick, safe, efficient cash out offer, so you can get on your way in case you need IRL money or to switch up your inventory or whatever. And of course, by selling to me, you're helping support me, my channel, and my content. With that being said, let's get right into this. So this is what we were looking at January 22nd. Players right now, we had about 500,000 players, at least it says. The peak, again, was 800,000. And there was people complaining. There was people saying, wow, Valve, you messed this up. Hey, CSGO is the peak, and now CS2 is the beginning of the end. CS2 is the beginning of the downfall. And obviously, for a lot of CS2 investors, that could be very, very scary because there's people with thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. There's people with over $1 million inventories in this thing. And if CS2 is the beginning of the downfall of Counter-Strike, obviously people are set to lose a lot of money. And hey, people who've been playing this game for 5, 6, 10 years, whatever, some people really like this game, obviously. Some people really enjoy it. Some people want their favorite game or their favorite hobby or their favorite community or esport or whatever to be around for even longer. People don't want to see this die. Not everyone necessarily is just in it for the money and obviously financial incentives, but some people are just in it because they love Counter-Strike or whatever, or maybe a combination of a bunch of different factors. But there were people saying this. But then on the other hand, there were people saying, hey, are we really complaining about 800,000, almost 900,000 people playing this game? Yeah, it's not perfect, but hey, Valve is going to do a good job. We have faith in them. They're going to make this game better. They're going to fix it. And that's the camp that I was in. 900,000 peak players doesn't seem that bad. Yes, it is a far cry from the 1.8 million you can see in the top right corner there. But again, that was peak CS2 hype. That was a lot of reasons why we had so many new people coming in. And I was just telling you guys, hey, Valve probably has this under control. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. If you think they don't, you shouldn't have any money in the CS markets in the first place. But if you think they do have it under control, then these were great times to buy the dip. And that's what I was making so many different videos about. And, you know, there was more stuff like this going on. We have Jake Lucky tweeting out, hey, Power World is officially the #1 most played game on Steam, even overtaking Counter-Strike. And again, we can see this on January 23rd. Counter-Strike was about 800,000 players, and Power World was more than double at 1.7 million. And people were talking about how, hey, Power World is taking away this hype from CS2. And you have to keep in mind that this was definitely taking players away from CS2. Some people who would have been otherwise been playing Counter-Strike were playing some other different games. We're playing Power World. Or going to play the flavor of the month games. But Counter-Strike is going to, you know, go up and down. It's going to be a little bit of a roller coaster. But at the end of the day, it's always going to be there. And that is exactly what we saw. We had this Price Empire tweeting out CS2 witnesses a 36% drop in their average player base since the peak during beta test era in May of 2023. Which again, comparing this stuff to peak CS2 hype never really made sense to me because that was just a time where the market got very, very excited, very, very ahead of itself, all that stuff. Seems a little bit weird, but guess what? Since then, we have gotten some good news because then on February 12th, Price Empire tweets, hey, many mid, high tier CS2 skins have arisen over 10% in the past week after the recent new Valve update. Obviously, the Call to Arms update or whatever it was called was a great thing. We can see here, AK Headshot, hand wraps, Temu Cow, all kinds of gloves. We have Case Hardens, we have Asimovs, we have the Glock Dragon Tattoo, the Dark Water. These things are up 22, 15, 14% in the past week. The market really started to respond positively to the new update and new content and getting closer to the Copenhagen Major, and Valve making positive changes to the game in terms of content, but also on the game side as well. Now, this, again, was very, very good. We saw this. Osni tweeted out a week ago. Everyone was talking about how Power World surpassed CS2 numbers and was the most played game on Steam. That lasted long. Counter-Strike remains king. And then you can see here, Power World back to 350,000 players, and Counter-Strike still sitting at that 850-ish thousand mark. And that was on February 12th of 2024. Well, guess what? Now, fast forward to to today. I'm recording this on March 7th, and the numbers have continued to look very, very good for Counter-Strike. We have now hit a peak player base of almost 1.5 million in the past 30 days, which is very, very strong. Obviously, you can look back to the peak all-time of being 1.8 million. We're only 300,000 players off of that, which is not very, very far. But you can also see that this 1.5 million peak is the biggest peak that we have seen since about September of 2023, and this peak would still put us higher than August, July. It would be the second highest month since June of 2023. And again, we're not at those same levels of peak CS2 hype that we saw at levels in 2023, but we are trending upward. You can see here we had more players in February, and now it looks like we're going to have more players in March once again. And we're at a very exciting time. Not only did we get a big new CS2 update, we got new content. We got the kilowatt case, the kukri knife. We got, tons of new stickers. We got the new crafting update that people are loving. But we also got changes to the game that people are excited about. Now we have the Copenhagen Major right around the corner, the very first ever CS2 Major, which if Valve does right by this thing and does this thing big, that's going to probably help the player base out as well. And people are obviously speculating about sometime soon a new operation or some more new content or whatever coming out. 2024 is shaping up to potentially be a very, very big year. But of course, with the player base trending up, peak players, average players, everything trending up, and people having a more and more positive sentiment about the game, this is very good for a ton of different stuff. We can see here it's also reflected in the markets. We have the Esport Fire 300 graph in the past month. This thing has been doing very, very well. You can see here lately we've been teetering down a little bit. Maybe we got a little bit too excited, but again, whenever things go up, people are going to take profits, people are going to sell out. You can't just have a straight upward line in the market. It's going to be ups and downs, but still over the past month, this is very, very insane profit. The Esport Fire 300 graph is about just 300 items that they try to hand select to showcase the CSGO economy as a whole. Obviously, the all item graph still looks very good over the past month as well. The CS2 markets are up. You can see all different kinds of item classes. We have from high-end skins, the AK-47 Vulcan up 2% in the past month. We have filler skins or trade-up skins, Army Sheen up 14% in the past month. Cases, Prisma case, Prisma 2 case up 6.5% in the past month. That's obviously very good. Agents, number K up 15% in the past month. We have gloves, Sports Glove Nox. This is in the field tested up 21% in the past month. We have knives, the Talon Knife Vanilla up 6% in the past month. And even stickers. Obviously, stickers were part of that huge update. Where we got really excited. The Baby Howl went from $1 to $2.32 right away, and it's come back down, but we can still see from where it was previously, still up 33% from pre to post update. So all different kinds of item classes are up in the past month. The economy as a whole is up in the past month. The player base is up. The game is better than ever, and we still have more new stuff on the way. And again, this is the player base. While people are still complaining about a lot of things to do with CS2, there's still a ton of cheaters. There's still a ton of issues with the game, and we still really haven't gotten that much new content. There's still game modes that are missing. There's still new maps on the way. There's still probably new operations or even brand new stuff. We haven't even gotten to the first major yet. So CS2 is looking so good right now. It's trending up. The markets are trending up. So many good signs. And again, this is less than 2 months after people were just being so negative and so pessimistic and so stupid. Don't let those doomers cloud your vision. Don't let them cloud your judgment. Again, if you believe in the markets, if you believe in Valve, if you believe in CS2 in the long term, you should be buying when people are negative, and you should be enjoying these gains during these upward times. But again, I still think there's plenty of room to run, and I think the rest of 2024 is going to be a great year for Counter-Strike, and I still see that we've gotten a ton of great news over the past couple months, but still see room for plenty more growth, plenty more improvement, and plenty more updates, content, and everything from Valve. So again, in my opinion, this is an exciting time to be a CS2 investor, a CS2 player, a CS2 esport fan, everything. The future is bright for Counter-Strike 2. I don't believe, CSGO is a peak. I believe we're going to keep getting bigger and better from here. But yeah, pretty much over this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.